They read about all our books. Not love, little boy. They read about all our books. In Karam Army book.
Creole is a first language to these children because at home their mummies and daddies speak it to them all the time. Even at school they speak a lot of it with their friends.
The school at Bamyili is an essential part of a thriving Aboriginal settlement of about 500 people. Bamyili is situated some 350 kilometres southeast of Darwin.
Long time I dream, this frog killer. You mean be really funny one. And you mean think about one time, oh yeah, I played trick on all the animal. You know what I gotta do? I'm wrecking myself. Oh yeah, I can bring all the water.
While most Bamyili people can speak English to white people, Creole is their first language.
Fishing bag. All beginning it, they've been go on top Barunga bridge. Diana, Katrina and Janet making that castle.
How many Jan been going on? Two bala been going on? I'm very big brother in Lugala to Bala. What is it to Bala? Good pinchy that sat not Bala in Bala cross. No matter I'll have to go and I'm like this big brother. You mean wait about now? To Bala in Bala wait me now, me coming up now again in my life. You mean come now, bang, 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 all like that bridge you mean come up now. Well the devil will listen now.
Creole is the language that most children and adults speak in their homes, in the bush, in the playground. It is the language of local identity.
Go, got a big truck. Daddy in round butt truck. Mommy in look up the kit. Chad young boy in young boy and young girl in look up the baby. Finish. One more. Hola little girl day. Bogey got him bit boy. Hola little boy day. Jump la water.
In 1973, the Department of Education adopted a policy of bilingual education, that is, of teaching children in their early learning stages in their first language, the language that they understand best. By using the child's first language in the early years does not lessen his opportunity to learn English. It actually promotes the learning of English because it develops thinking ability.
And just go and come at Langa. That Barrow and Emily.
What song should we sing?
Papa play the jump down. Alright?
Alright?
Yes.
Alright, 1, 2.
Gonna jump down, turn around, pick your better cotton. Gonna jump down, turn around, pick your better day. Oh Lordy, pick a better cotton. Oh Lordy, pick a better day. Oh, me and my wife gonna pick a better cotton. Oh, me and my wife gonna pick a better day. Oh Lordy, pick a better cotton. Oh Lordy, pick a better day. I believe to my soul I can pick a better cotton. I believe to my soul I can pick a better day. Oh Lordy, pick a better cotton. Oh Lordy, pick a better day.
Like that Kalila, it is called here. It's
In the primary grades of all, about 50% of the time is spent in Creole and 50% in English. In later grades, English dominates proportionately.
Little bit we say.
All the time, tell them, take them,
A fundamental benefit of bilingual education is that it gives Aboriginal adults a chance to be central in the learning process.
The kids like going out for excursion down the camp. What am I make my Betty? Come to your look Betty. Yeah, we got track and baby track. And one of them on. Kangaroo one. Yeah, and we come back in our classroom and talk about it. preliminary split your body from the creek. That is all.
Baby truck. And baby truck.
We talk first and then you must talk after. Mibala Dumba baby track.
And then the preschool children goes with Mari, and the transition children stay with me in our classroom. And then we straight away work. And then I tell my children after that, they go and sit in their tables, and then we do. First time I talk to the children about what we're going to do in the classroom. Langa Creek. Me. Bogi. Langa Creek.
Bogi. La Creek.
Good girl. My fold up Nadan and the Burumia bag. And you get a one bala all one story in a bag. Think about one bala na. One bala story play all one. First in the morning I talk about the puppets like Boo Boo Baby. Talk about for that, and the children listen to me. And then after that they have writing, and after the writing we have numbers.
How many feet? Can I have 5 feet?
2.
5.
5.
Right. 3. Woody Robin. 3, 4, 5. Good girl. One cup.
1, 3.
Now, imap. What you lamina? What you lamina?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many cups?
5.
And sometimes we have cookings straight after lunch, and then after the cooking they have games of playing outside in the bar, playing around outside the school. And sometimes they go with them singing, and I have to go with them to listen what the teacher is teaching them about the song.
Let's sing Johnny Works with One Hammer first today, okay? Can you sing that one really nicely for me? Got your first hammer ready? Everybody? Betty, you come here, look here. Got your first hammer ready? Show me how well you can sing the song, eh? Sing it really nice and clearly. Who's going to say 1, 2?
1, 2.
Johnny works with
One hammer, one hammer, one hammer. Johnny works with one hammer, then he works with 2.
Big voice.
Johnny works with 2 hammers, 2 hammers, 2 hammers. Johnny works with 2 hammers, then he works with 3.
Bigger voice.
Johnny works with 3 hammers, 3 hammers, 3 hammers. Johnny works with 3 hammers, then he works with 4. Johnny works with 4 hammers, 4 hammers, 4 hammers. Johnny works with 4 with 5 hammers, 5 hammers, 5 hammers. Johnny works with 5 hammers, then he has a rest. Shoot light on Barney, shoot light on Barney, shoot light on Barney. This light belongs to somebody.
Feel everybody's partner. You go with Janet. I feel like the morning star. Back the other way. I feel like a morning star. Ready again? On what?
Our kids, we don't want them to learn too much of the white man's way, so we sort of get together, all the Aboriginal teachers and myself, and we make out plans for like what we'll do with the kids. Maybe take them out in the bush, teach them all the Aboriginal cultural way, and we learn them more in Creole. Make books in Creole. I do the illustrations, and Judy does the stories. And last month we took the grade 1, 2, 3, and 4 kids out to River Valley Station to teach them all on cultural ways. They went out with their mothers with fishing lines. They taught them how to get fish, and taught them how to cook fish and how to eat fish without getting any bones in their throat. Language groups here every Tuesday at from 2 o'clock to 3, from 2 o'clock to 3:30. It's only half an hour of language when we get the old people from down the camp. For each tribe, we've got about 6 tribes here. There's Melbourne, Bamyili, Barunga, Barunga, and Aranda. There's about 6 tribes here, and we get an elder or someone who speaks the language for each group. Take them up to the school there, and we get the kids together, and all the old people start teaching them languages then.
I'm the teacher linguist at Bamyili School, and I work in the Literacy Production Centre with Aboriginal literacy workers, helping to produce materials for the Creole bilingual program. My main role is in helping the Aboriginal literacy workers in various tasks, and I consult with European teachers and with the Aboriginal teachers in the bilingual classes. In linguistic matters, sometimes we consult with the SIL linguist at Roper River, and he often makes visits here, and we talk about various linguistic matters concerning the program here.
Right.
One thing that we've noticed in the past few weeks in the classroom, the kids have been using the term, the word mela, a lot more than they ever used to. And the Aboriginal teachers have picked this up and are really concerned about it, because they want the kids here at Bamyili to use the term mibala instead. Now, how do you see that as far as producing literature to go to Roper, etc.?
Well, you've got a bit of the same sort of contention at Roper, where basically the older people say melabat. Like the old people say melalabat, and the older people say melabat. They shorten it a bit.
Yeah.
And now you've got younger kids, especially saying mela. They shorten it further again. But even though the adults would say, well, we only say melabat, we don't say mela, in actual fact, they do use mela, the shorter form. But the interesting thing that we found when we went to the Kimberleys over in Fitzroy Crossing and Halls Creek, that even over there they're using mela. So mela is really the most common straight across the board.
I'm involved with a team teaching situation in the Creole bilingual program. My main role is to help the Aboriginal teachers do the planning and also teach the oral English to the children. I'm the English example in the classroom. The amount of English they have varies as they get older. In grade 1 and 2, it's half an hour of formal English a day. But hello, Damien.
Hello, Liz.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Hello, Miriam.
Hello, Liz.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Who's going to ask me?
Liz. Hello, Liz.
Hello, Sherman.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you? Every afternoon when the children go home, we spend time planning the next day's lessons. We all have our individual programs, and we work as a team deciding who's going to teach what and how we're going to do it.
What would you like to do for oral Creole tomorrow after lunch?
I'll take him for a walk and I have somebody there to tell him a story.
Is William still there?
Yeah. And for our planning for the next day, well, we just have to go and ask any teachers in the classroom, and they say all right, and they come over, so we share together, Aboriginal teachers and the white teachers, and they come over and help me and Mari for the planning to do the work for the next day, ready for the children.
Fishing. Susan.
To do it. We try as much as possible to utilise the environment and Aboriginal styles of teaching and learning, and also introduce European ideas so that the children can cope with the European style of school.
In 1979, research conducted with Year 3 bilingual students at Bamyili and contrasted with English-only students in a nearby Aboriginal community showed that the Bamyili bilingual students were stronger in producing and understanding both Creole and English, and that they had a more positive attitude to the English language than their counterparts at the nearby schools that taught in English only.
Dozing in the midday sun, comes a hunter, run, run, run. Guess who's caught you just for fun?
Oh, very good. Give yourselves a clap.